Dude, they had some very nice fucking art.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably like 1,000% why I love game manuals the most, is because I just like looking at the fucking art. They always had unique
nice pictures.
They do.
Yeah.
Things that you just don't get anymore.
I like the game manuals that treated the manual like not as just a fucking instruction booklet.
That too.
They put like a bunch of lore stuff in it, like it was a journal written by one of the characters or something.
It's like the original fucking Mario booklet where it explains that Bowser had turned every fucking toad into bricks, and that's why you're getting mushrooms sometimes, and everyone like came to this horrific realization that every time they shatter a brick or a fucking mushroom comes out, it's the skull of a fucking toad.
Mario's in a really desperate situation. Bowser's in the corner. He grabs the nearest toad and rips its head off and consumes it.
Why do you think fucking Princess Peach keeps so many of them around still?
The princess is dying. She needs emergency medical treatment. You peasant toad!
Sacrifice for your life!
And just grab on bones.
There's just blood everywhere and scream as they feed the head.
This is for the good of the kingdom! Stop screaming! Alright. Well, with that nightmare fuel in the way. Silverlight Port is nestled between rolling hills and oceans, and has served as a critical trading port for hundreds of years under the rule of the Belstrom family. Lord Eldon Belstrom has been very successful in negotiating trade agreements that have benefited his town people. In recent years, Silverlight has prospered with lucrative agreements with miners, traders, and timber merchants. The Lord and his only son, Lord Verius Belstrom, live in Silverlight Manor. The manor is famed for its beautiful art and the mystical moon garden around which the manor is centered. Lord Eldon's son has recently been sent to the nearby city of Van Bergen, to finish his education, to prepare him for a more responsible role in the management of the Silverlight's affairs. His friend of many years, Rava Blackwin, also known as a rascal rogue. Fucking, thank you, dyslexia. Has accompanied him to Van Bergen, and together they have found themselves spending more time in a lush casino of Van Bergen than they have of the halls of the city guilds and universities. Gossip in the tavern and inns and streets has turned to something sinister that has befallen the Silverlight. The whispers have rushed like wildfire through the city and now burn your ears as well. You hear tales of magic, sorcery, and death. Thus is what has brought you to this, well, wonderful little nook in the world. Many of you arrived at the curiosity of such magics, even the other curiosities of what else might be going on. Though you had heard that someone of the Silverlight family is looking for those to help him travel back to the manor, or, if bold enough, aside from just escorting him, free his manor with their aid. Many of the people in the town seem to have abstained from such a manner, though you're not entirely sure why. Though, just arriving here, you would imagine between what you're looking for the person who's trying to broker a deal with a group to free his family livelihood as well as get him back home safely to Silverlight, that you would have a chance to figure out what might possibly be going on before you take this job. So, at the eastern side, as you arrive, would be the main city gates. As you can see, that the main gate to Van Bergen is built to impress. The walled city has two visible entry and exit points, as well as this one that carries the bulk of the land traffic in and out of Vanberg. Members of the city watch as a permanently stationed. The city watch is permanently stationed at the gate and check papers of all who pass through it. Thus, your group is just coming through now. As one of the main watch captains goes to check your various papers, when seeing that you've come on the interest of mercenary work, he just kind of looks at you with a little bit of a raised eyebrow and just kind of looks at the estranged group mixed before him, but just kind of shakes his head and hands your papers back to you and just kind of mumbles like, "If you're about that Silverlight family, then you're gonna be in one hell of a work. You better make sure you get a good amount of pay for that." In which, with this, we'll go down the row from left to right of what everyone looks like. Chad Brannigan.
Alright, Chad Brannigan is a middle-aged man adorned with the armor of a noble knight. He wears his family crests next to his religious symbols, marking him as a prestigious paladin. At a glance, Chad Brannigan looks like a high society, respectable citizen.
Alright. Shootman.
Sturman?
Sturman. Shootman. Shit. Shurgan.
As a stroke.
I'm fucking muted. I've been staring Sturman for like 5 minutes.
Because you're a fucking fool.
Ah, wieners. He's about a 6'4" man. Kind of rugged with a beard. He's kind of... He looks about like 32. Just kind of some leather on. Nothing too fancy.
Alright.
Brown hair. He's got like a dagger and a rapier. That's about it. Nothing real fancy on him.
Alrighty. Marrow.
Marrow is an older gentleman with grey-white hair. His somewhat ragged cloak suggests a dignified upbringing, if not particularly wealthy. And he carries around a crow-headed cane.
And
Weapon over there.
Stab it. Turns into a fucking plated weapon.
would it be Adro the Explorer or Ardro?
Adro.
Adro. Adro the Explorer.
Adro the Explorer stands at about a 5'2" and is in a trademark copyright pink shirt. Got a nice, purple backpack on with a golden buckle on the back. They walk around with a blank stare, almost as if they stare through you when they talk to you. And for the sake of this, I'm just going to say they're like 16, so you don't feel as bad when they get murdered.
No, make him a 10-year-old. Makes
Might as well
the
just go to 18 then.
makes the soul tastier. All right. that. You do see that there are quite a few of the watch that are kind of just mumbling at the mention of the Silverlight matter of what's happening. Obviously, whatever's going on is not too relevant to the city, other than the fact that it probably affects trade, but it's also giving a little bit of a air of bad news to Vanberg, or the Van Bergen's city roster. Leading away from the gate, I would imagine you just head in then.
Yeah.
Alright. You will see immediately to your left, as to where the guards would point you in the direction. If you want to deal with the Silverlight family, you would find them at the suite there at the Van Bergen's casino, which you could see a whole smattering of hoity-toity kind of crowd going in and out of this location. Obviously, with copious amounts of wealth, and especially on the main waterfront here, that would obviously draw in a much larger crowd, especially with the beachfront property, the various suites that you could see that are up above, and the multiple rooms are with the perfect view out to the ocean. So you can see why there's such a large draw to this trade area. So, would you head to the casino or try and go around town a little bit to find out what's going on?
I was thinking Lakes Tavern first.
Where do you think we should go?
Lakes Tavern.
Alright.
Okay.
I could use a drink.
You certainly sound it.
Beyond parched. Alrighty.
There it is there, Drew.
So, as you start heading towards the Lakes Tavern, you can see that there is quite a large amount of trade coming in and out from the docks here, and even a fair amount from the main trade roads. As you get towards the Lakes Tavern, you can see sitting on the edge of the docks is the tavern itself, the most popular and busiest establishment in this precinct of Van Bergen. The tavern stands about 2 stories high and has a number of surrounding buildings that are only a single story, but they are fairly long, and clearly the designs are accommodating for hundreds of sailors and passengers passing through the city. The tavern seems to have a rather vibrant atmosphere and seems to be operating probably throughout the day and night, especially for the fact that it's right here on the docks. As you enter into this wonderful 2-story establishment, you would see that in the main room they do have the central fireplace with the hearth. Obviously, there are private boxes that you can sit at all around the main outside, as well as at the back sections. You could see that, especially with these long halls and very welcoming bar wenches and barmen, that you can see that there is easily like 100 people in this place currently. Though, you can tell that the accommodations are obviously basic. The food itself smells delicious, and you can tell is always churning out, so there's nothing ever that's been sitting for a while, and it's always hot. You can tell as well that, especially from the copious amount of pictures that are going around, that the ale, spirits, and wine are ever flowing, and obviously still being passed around quite freely, and quite fresh as obviously it seems to bring quite a great amount of content to each of these people's hearts. So, with that, you do see a peculiar-looking man who doesn't seem to really fit in with this kind of crowd either. He seems to have almost like a space between him and the crowd. Sticks out like a sore thumb, but obviously has quite a bit of money. The other groups you can see is a few others that look like maybe possible mercenaries hire, but also very likely sailors and probably not sticking around. There's occasion where the man who is extremely well dressed with these beautiful, well kept clothes, occasionally will try and reach out for a more adventurous looking type of person, and it's occasionally you just hear them like, "Get your fucking curse hands away from me," as one of the people pass by, and he just kind of sits down looking rather dejected and just kind of worried for the moment.
Let's go talk to the cursed man.
An excellent idea.
Alright. So.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
We're at a tavern, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Very, very busy tavern.
First.
Alright.
Surround the top.
Kill the barkeep.
My barkeep just gets massacred right there.
Just blinks and his throat is gone.
I just wanted a drink.
Alright. So.
We sit near the hooded man.
So, Sturman, you're grabbing a drink. You can see that quite a few people welcome you, even quite a few sailors kind of like try to beckon you over to join the drinking party. As you sit down next to this very well-dressed man who's obviously trying to beckon people over, but seem to give them quite the wide berth. He looks at you with a little bit of shock, but a great amount of relief on his face as well. Are you mercenaries?
Something of the sort, yes. We are new to town.
Well, not to be rude, well, first, obviously, he gives a quick stand-up and polite bow. My name is Rava, and I'm a representative of he kind of like about to say it loudly, but then quickly like leans in and just kind of silently says it just for in your earshot, like, the Silverlight family is the one I represent. I've been trying to find someone, well, to escort my friend back to the port of Silverlight, and so he can handle his family affairs, as there's been some situations there, as well as some curios. I promise you, if that's what you're interested in, as I don't want to besmirch your credit, as obviously the matter is seemingly quite dark. Not many people believe what's going on, but it has left a obvious void in the trade between towns and slowed things down quite significantly. But I promise you the coin is still good, if it is what you are mainly focused on.
Oh, friend, I do believe that is why we're here. We've come to the right place.
Fantastic. And, Sturman.
Yes.
I would imagine you're getting like an ale or something. So.
Yeah, there's nothing too fancy.
Yeah, you can. Especially with your compatriots going over to this man, Rava. You can hear a few people kind of mumbling and pointing in the direction. Obviously, immediately taking note. So, obviously, this job is already a curious air about it alone. Yeet. It is Rava Blackwind.
Oh, okay, Rava. You cut out the middle of it, so I just heard Rava talk.
Akalabaka. But yes, German, you can see a lot of people here have quite heavy laden purses today. It looks like trade has gone on a nice all-time high for the sailors. But obviously you'll be served up a drink, and you can see that a bar wench will bring over drinks for Rava Blackwind and the rest of you. But will definitely not stay long enough to take any orders. You could tell that a lot of people are trying to kind of keep their hands clean of whatever's going on.
Jeez.
Why don't you serve drinks at this bar?
Worse than a milk drinker.
He's a juicer. So, as he obviously takes in the matter that obviously you are here for, Quinn. I am really relieved to hear that, and obviously superstitions are not going to slow you down.
Are you joining in, Jesse?
We playing D&D in here.
Yeah, would you like to join?
What do you mean you playing D&D? What D&D?
One shot.
Not Avernus. This is a one shot.
Yeah.
Monday night, one-shot game.
I'm good.
All right.
Okay.
But you're welcome to stay.
I'll just mute.
If we get a Trevik, we'll let you know.
Sure.
Actually, no.
Hey,
What?
if I manage to reach level 3, you can control the spell.
A pair of leather boots.
Damn.
No, I'm doing
No,
this.
he's playing Dora the Explorer.
Okay.
All my kids is fuck.
It's quite beautiful. Alrighty. So, as he starts going over the few details that he is willing to speak about, my friend Lord Veros Billstrom is hosting one of the Silverlight families back at the casino. He's been posted up there for some time. Obviously, traveling on the road, it would be, oh my god, quite fucking dangerous. It's fucking random. Would be quite dangerous, and obviously that alone would require an escort, as his name obviously precedes him quite significantly. Obviously, I'm not privy to describing everything that has happened at hand, but the details are rather dark and deal with some supernatural situations. Others obviously have labeled it a curse, as he has fled back to this town for safety, but ever since then there has been some rather curious happenings, people being run over nearby him, or things disappearing, people occasionally just having a heart attack, even if they were older, is still quite strange. That even being nearby him seems to bring bad luck. But I think that a good portion of that is superstition. Though obviously the matter still needs to be addressed. Would you be willing to meet with this individual?
Yes.
That's excellent. As he takes out what looks like a basically like a signet in a way, symbolizing is what you have already recognized as the Silverlight family directly, with the lighthouse that seems to almost have kind of like a mansion set back on a hill. If you bring that to the casino, they'll escort you straight up to the room. I will tell my friend the news, and we will very eagerly await you, unless you wish to accompany me directly there. I would imagine you might be quite tired from your travel. I don't expect you to just immediately jump up and obviously start going straight at it.
We have only just arrived. My companions, have you anything you wished to do?
I mean, I might trek around the town.
Well, obviously, we'll discuss matters, but need saying, you could obviously please do take your time in the town. Assess what you think you might need for the situation. If you do take up this contract, we will obviously provide you funds ahead of time, so you can be sure to equip yourselves appropriately before traveling on the road towards Silverlight.
That's a good idea.
With that, Arthur, your passive perception is 17 or 21?
21.
20.
Well,
Alright.
I have observant.
okay, yeah.
So, you tell there's something very, very wrong with Rava, as his face is very, very gaunt. He looks worn down and beaten. You could tell that he is not well. You could try a medicine check if you want, as well as anyone who has a passive perception above, let's see, a 12.
Fight me.
Haha, no.
20 medicine.
Alrighty. Alright. Goddamn. Alright, so you can tell it looks like this man, even though he is very clearly young, looks like he's practically on the verge of death himself. Like, the fucking shadow of death is basically on his shoulder.
I think you need a doctor.
Maybe just a good sleep.
Good sleep would be...
Be fine.
Good sleep would be probably the best. I've obviously been here quite a few nights trying to procure adventurers for my friend. He's been locked up in the casino for a time, as he doesn't want to increase superstitions, obviously, as I've already told you, the happenstances that have been going on around him. It's already quite dire.
Alright, shall we meet you tomorrow then?
Please. And, I know it's not much, but at least you could pay for your room, drink, and food for the night. They'll set down 15 gold for you and your group.
15 15 total.
Yes. Obviously, it's split amongst yourselves. But you could tell, obviously, he is being overly generous on purpose, because obviously you are the first group to obviously show signs of being willing to take this situation at hand and trying to assist the Silverlight family of what's going on. With that, you could see him pretty much with a sigh of relief start heading out, and you could see people just immediately kind of like partition in the crowd, just separate as he's going through, trying to just be sure to not be near him. With that, Sherman, you saw the whole thing, and you can even hear other people almost kind of just mumbling it and almost kind of spitting on the ground at the same time, like, fuck, that one left. Almost like a fucking gloomy shadow of death had been hanging in the room the whole damn time.
My drink and walk around the town.
Alright.
Everything's getting weird here.
Can already tell the air is pretty palatable around this Silverlight situation. Everything else obviously seems good in trade, but that seems to be by far the eeriest of the situations. You can see that from the various locations in town, there seems to be quite the selection to check out for the time being. You can see that there's obviously the port district, where obviously there would be a good amount of trade going on, maybe even supplies. Even the market district itself, not too far, as well as this magnificent tower that sits center of the town. As you can see, it is a rather imposing stone tower that seems to loom over all of the lower Van Bergen, as well as it seems to be made almost entirely out of black stone and shows hardly any remarkable features aside from the fact that it is a 150-foot spire that reaches up towards the sky. And on top of this very large spire in itself are the colors and banner of a wizard that you had come to know as your group was adventuring here, called Targan. Along with this, you could see that as you just kind of eye this tower as you pass by it, there seems to be a single entry at the base of this tower. As a steep black marble steps that lead up from the road, as well as the tower door that seems to be sealed and doesn't even seem to have any visible handles or anything from a distance. As well as when you are kind of just looking at the various stonework, it seems almost like impossibly smooth. You could tell that the wizard has obviously made this very purposely to guard against various thieves, but you can tell that it shows a very predominant amount of power, especially his presence in this town. He clearly has a great deal of respect to have a home like this smack in the middle of the trade districts. Aside from that, there is also the Van Bergen City Hall, as well as the city watch building, the main lighthouse on the road. You can see that there's also what looks like the Van Bergen's personal company as a rather large fortified keep that seems to have a respectably sized standing army with a large tower as well on one of the many turrets obviously in case there is ever a situation at hand, as well as the personal Van Bergen family keep that sits at the far northwestern side of this city. Other than that, there is the Temple of the One Hand that sits not far in between the Van Bergen estate and the main Wizard's Tower. As Sturm and you're going around and exploring these sections for a bit and kind of eyeballing what's going on, you can see obviously there's quite a lot of bustle and even noise at the port. The rest of you obviously doling out money for a drink as Chad Brannigan gets angry at the prospect of Electrum. That other people seem to, well, not everyone, but at least the bar wench and everyone else seem to be rather warm-hearted towards you now that Brava is gone, and a little more welcoming. Some keep distance just because of, obviously, the superstition is already so high, and even just interacting with him has kind of earned you a couple of eyeballs watching you.
Well, I think I shall spend my time gossiping with the locals.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion just to see how much good stuff you get. It's obviously people are chittering, it's just trying to keep their attention at the time.
I would like to hear the rumors.
Alright. Obviously it's fairly easy and straightforward. You can tell that, especially bringing it up, some people kind of turn you away. Obviously just kind of being afraid even bringing it up would for them seem to kind of bring bad luck in a way. Others are very quick to mention how the Silverlight family, Lord Veros came rushing back into town. He seemed to have a chill of death kind of walking over him as he kind of entered in. Seemed terrified out of his damn mind. I don't know what was going on with him. I saw him when he originally started checking into the casino. Him and his friend Rava there was constantly going in and out and visiting the markets and quite a few of the women, if you know what I mean. But after returning from his family affairs, he went rather quiet. No one's even really heard hide nor word of his father either. Some are kind of worried that Silverlight seemed to be fallen under some kind of curse. Everyone's kind of afraid that since one of the nobles that are responsible for the port has come here, that they're worried about that specter or whatever the hell's going on over there is gonna start creeping its way towards us. There's a few people even considering chasing him out of town already, but he's been locked up in that casino, so nobody's been able to get near him, at least none of the common folk like us.
I see, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you plan on doing with that Rava guy, I would imagine you want to do it quick, get your money, and just fucking throw your hands down with it. I wouldn't say any amount of coin is worth getting cursed over.
Also, any of the people who I talked to that are female, I hit on them.
You would find quite a few. There are quite a few ladies of the night here that obviously have spent a night or two with the Lord, but you could tell that they're actually in quite good spirits because obviously they got paid quite a bit, but obviously enjoying the very busy bar and will flirt back with you. So that Sherman will finally come back as you guys kind of take in this situation. Sherman just walks up with a plate of food and another drink as he kind of took in the town. You can tell that is still pretty vibrant, but there's obviously a lot of eyes on the casino as well as well, the Lord as well in Bravo.
Did I miss anything?
Nah, you good.
That's like eating the food that I cured myself.
It's a pretty good clam chowder. You could tell that it's fresh and hot, and obviously there's the fishermen constantly bringing in mussels and clams from the ocean nearby. It's really good, especially with the fact that not too far off there's quite a few farms, and the cream and dairy is really nice. You could tell that the trade is good as well as the food.
Oh, this is excellent. Just keep eating.
It looks good.
We should try some of this.
I will go get some.
Because I am definitely pro-body. I can hear it in my head.
You're not really.
For me, the entire.
No, you good.
I'll give it a try as well.
I will go order more food.
Alright.
I was just given free money for food. So.
Obviously, it's just a copper for a bowl, so you can definitely get all to your heart's content, as well as various drinks.
It's really cheap.
Yeah. Clam chowder, it's easy to make, man. Goddamn good potatoes.
It's good chow.
So, obviously, depending on how late you stay up, Chad, I would imagine you'd probably be bringing company to one of the rooms that you would rent.
More than one if possible.
If you're flipping the coin, they'll go. There's obviously plenty. With the place of 100 people, there are quite a few that magnetize towards you, since you are interested.
Well, seeing as I just got paid, how much does 3 gold to get me?
3 girls for the night.
Excellent.
Is this place going through a recession? These prices are insane.
Pussy's cheap, man.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
It's either work on a farm for a couple of years or fucking sell some pussy.
Sucks.
Alright, I
Sucks
acquired
living
the
here.
serotonin.
So Chad Brannigan's having a wonderful night. As Adrush, German, and Marrow will, what would you do? Would you just get a room for the night? Obviously taking in the situation.
I will roll stuff when I get back, but I actually want to see what it is. Like what happened tonight.
Alright. You head out at night and kind of peruse the town that seems lively at all times.
I'll get myself a room for the night.
Alright.
I'm almost done.
Alright.
I'm just making bigger foods.
Sounds like you're slapping a lot of things.
He's slapping some patties.
I was mixing instead of
Yeah.
Taters. Alright. So, Stidderman, I'll be going out tonight. The others will get a room. Chad Brannigan has a room as well with the ladies of the night.
My fucking brain just immediately thought you said Zach Brannigan.
It's quite similar, you're right.
And Brannigan's phones like Brannigan's hard and fast.
So, what sections of the town would you go to at night, Sturman?
Tell me the sections, because I'm in the kitchen.
There is obviously near the watchtower. There are the two markets in between that are next to the Wizard's Tower. Area that gets closer towards the Van Bergen manors and the obviously city watch / army. You can see that there's also the city hall that's a little more abandoned, but not too lackadaisically ignored. And then obviously there's the various sections of the housings, as well as the park called the Commons. That is just obviously the open area that you can explore.
I kind of want to walk around the area, find
The area what?
by the Wizard's Tower.
By the Wizard's Tower? Alright. So, as you are kind of exploring near the Wizard's Tower, you can see that, especially for this place being closed off, there are a few windows at the very top of this tower. Obviously, there is light far up there at 150 feet, but with this perfectly smooth marble work, it's pretty much impossible to climb unless you had some form of way to stick to the wall or very loudly started hammering pythons into it to try and climb it, which even then might prove extremely difficult as there's still nothing to really grab onto. You could probably hammer a python into the mainstay floor at the base, but other than that, there would not be very much that you could do with that. As you are kind of meandering out at night, let's see, what would Sturman's passive perception be? Let's see.
Get there, I'll tell you. It's not right in the roll 20 because it doesn't have my back.
Alright, so, well,
I think it's 16.
alright.
Come on. Sitting down.
Hit me with it.
Second screen, turn it on, please. Whoa. 16.
16? Alright. You hear, for a brief moment, what sounds like a scream down one of the alleys before it just cuts off immediately, like somebody was being attacked.
I'll kind of walk by and peer down, but I'm not trying to get fucking shanked.
Alright. Roll me a stealth.
Okay.
Random curse death 0. Oof. Alrighty. So as you're coming down the alley, you're trying to be careful, especially for the fact that you don't want to get stabbed and things are kind of high tension. As you round the corner, you see this shadow of a person kind of just like leaning over something, and then you, as you're kind of like moving to try and get just an eye on the situation down the alley, you accidentally knock over like a couple of barrels that were next to you, thought that were probably a lot fuller than they should be. They just kind of tumble over. See the shadow like look in your direction for a moment and then just quickly leave and drops what looks like someone else to the ground.
Well, I'm not gonna do anything about that person and his murder subject.
But you definitely see the direction that this shadowy figure had fled, which is westbound towards the water.
You know what? He fled? He fled?
Yeah, he ran.
We're cutting in and out, so... So, if he fled, I'm not gonna stick around long, but I kinda just wanna... Is it... Like, look at this person who might be dead? Or is dead?
Yeah, so you quickly jaunt up to this person, obviously still trying to be as quiet as possible. You can see this person's throat is entirely ripped out, but there's not a single drop of blood on them.
Okay. Okay, well... I'm just gonna walk away from that. Just quickly...
Alright.
Go back to the tavern. Looks like an oblivion guy. That's not my problem.
The body's still warm as a killer.
Alright. So you'd return to the tavern. Obviously things are still noisy and jovial, and obviously you can get a room, or if you had a shared room, I would imagine the others would let you know what rooms they're staying in.
I don't think that anybody would be really sharing a room chat.
Alright.
We barely know each other.
Yeah. So I'll just have to get my own room then.
Alright.
I will turn in.
Alrighty. So, obviously, the partying continues. The bar seems to literally never sleep, along with the various docks, boats coming in and out, and sailors having their drinks and fair share of fun. Come early morning, and everything is still jovial and relaxed. Wake up with the three women basically surrounding you. Obviously, the early morning breakfasts are being made. You can smell what seems to be lots of kind of butter and cream with plenty of eggs that are being made up for various omelets and scrambles. And you would be able to meet up again downstairs in the tavern. Obviously, whenever you all get up and are done.
Won't be getting up right away since I walk around for a little bit.
Yep. I would imagine some of you are pretty used to that after traveling a little bit with German.
I'll sit down and enjoy a nice eggs breakfast.
Eggs. It's an interesting mix. It's kind of like eggs and cream mixed together, so they're like extra fluffy.
While I'm preparing some, my drink just lifts itself into the air and over to my lips and just take a sip.
You could see a few people kind of like pointing, like, "Oh, he's just like the guy in the tower. You think he's a friend?"
Is
one
it
of them
moves away,
nerds.
just give like a slight nod towards like the empty space next to me and go, "Thank you, Mary."
That was a good sleep. Where is everybody?
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna come down just a little bit later.
I guess a bunch of women leave the tavern and then I come and join you guys.
Leave. They got their second shift right now.
Always work.
Has anyone ever told you, child, that you have less personality than my dead family?
We should talk in chat for me.
I'm afraid I'm no child. Probably means you.
I thought I heard Chad. Where is your family?
I suppose you could say they're all around us. If you want to know where their bodies are, in the ground.
Do you need me to find them?
Fuck's sake.
I mean, you can go looking for my son if you want. He ran off with some harlot 2 decades ago now.
That sounds pointless.
Said our family was too grim and dreary for his tastes. You'd think a boy would love to be able to speak to his mother after she's gone.
Was he in that rebellious phase?
Probably. I think 27 is a bit old for a rebellious phase, but maybe he was a bit of a late bloomer.
Chad Brannigan starts rambling about his life story when he was 27.
Oh god.
Well, I haven't seen him since, so I'm assuming he's still alive.
So, as you can see, quite a few sailors kind of walk by, just kind of mumbling and having a good talk. Sturman, I would imagine, eventually come down to join them after a good extra amount of sleep.
Yes.
Would you share the previous night's experience?
Well, I will. But it's gonna be in a hushed tone because it seems this place is really weird. So, I go get some food. Something to drink with it. And I sit at this table with everybody. And,
Hola, Stern.
whoa. Yippee is I. So, how was everybody's night?
Pretty sensational. if you know what I mean.
Do not start.
Oh, she does have some personality.
It was pleasant. I recounted the advance of our journey with my wife.
Oh. Seems pleasant. I, on the other hand, went for a stroll around the Wizard's Tower. Seen some interesting things. I might have bore witness to a murder.
Good heavens, really?
I kind of look around as I'm starting to talk about this.
Well, what did you do?
Josh, is anybody do I notice anybody paying attention to us, or?
Currently, no. Everyone seems fully relaxed.
I saw him escape, but I kind of just went up to the body. There was no blood to be seen. Definitely dead. No blood. I thought it was very interesting.
You mean like a poison or something?
I couldn't see that far. It was very weird. That's all he had.
If there was no blood, it must have been internal damage.
It could have been. There's a lot of weird things that could have happened for no blood. But I didn't want to stick around to be blamed for it. And to a new town.
This sounds very cursed. Our purpose here is all the more important.
Yes. Other than that, the Wizard's Tower seemed pretty closed up. But a very, very lively town at night. Still. Now I'm actually eating, so it's going to be harder for me to talk.
No, it's fully canonical.
Nice Sherman spiel there.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, things seem calm, and it's, let's see, actually, anyone who'd like to roll me a passive insight.
I mean, just roll inside.
Yeah.
I was not meant to have advantage. I have the same as Adra.
Hmm.
11.
Alrighty. Chad, it does occur to you that there is a watchtower with an alarm bell, and there is no town crier going around talking about a murder or warning people. Seems like the murder hasn't even been mentioned or discovered yet.
Is the body still there? No, it couldn't be. What? Is everybody pretending it didn't happen then?
That's why I didn't want to. That's what I said, it was weird.
think the town wanted him dead?
Well, as I said, I could not see what that person looked like.
Covering something up, or something more sinister is happening here.
Well, nevertheless, we're supposed to meet with that Rava fellow. We ought to do that before we go investigating murders. They're probably linked anyway.
I suppose it could also just be grossly incompetent, but...
Seems a bit too incompetent.
yeah. It would be awfully convenient if that were the case.
I guess we could go take a look at the crime scene.
I mean, I can show you what it was.
Please, show us the way.
I mean, best case scenario, there is a body there and the guard is completely incompetent.
That is definitely the best case.
Actually, maybe that's not the best case.
Probably not.
No.
Josh,
Mm-hmm.
Josh, I will leave them there after everybody's finished eating and he's ready to go.
Alright. So, after a very different but unique breakfast of kind of like creamy fluffed egg and a couple of drinks for the road, you quickly get led to the curious alleyways in the common areas past the Wizard Tower and Temple by Sturman. And when you get to this section, you could tell as the barrels themselves, everything's kind of still there. It looks like something came through and kind of bumped a few more things. And you remember, like, this was the exact spot that this body was at. And you could look down the other alleyways that obviously somebody would have to move down very quickly. You see the other alley that you couldn't see very well at night. And you see that the alley that the other person had run down was a dead end.
A dead end?
Yep.
And he was just gone at it.
Yep, he was just fucking gone. But there is no body there. You could tell there was definitely a scuffle as there was a few things knocked over, but there is no body to speak of. Not a single drop of blood anywhere.
This is what it was.
Well, no body.
No body, no
If there was no blood, body dispersion seems.
Well, where's the body?
I don't want to know why you know that.
Why does Dora... Why does she know how to dispose the body?
They're asking again, Boots.
Do you know how to make napalm?
Do you know how fast a body dissolves in acid? Let's go.
I'm not much of a crime scene investigator, so I'd like to move on.
Can I, like, is anybody, like, looking at us while we're down here?
Well, especially with your passive perceptions, they weren't there before, but they seemed to kind of, like, walk into view when you stopped at this place and started looking around. It looks like one of the City Watch, and they're now walking down towards you.
One of the City Watch has noticed us.
So, as they...
I mean, we're in a dead end, so there's nowhere else to go.
as they get up to you, like, there's something wrong here.
No, I thought I saw something. thought I saw something interesting down here. That was fun.
I'd say move along then. You could tell he's kind of like eyeballing you at this situation. And you just said, Sherman, you just say like you thought you saw something interesting down in the alley.
Yeah, no real detail, just thought I saw something.
Dad, they tell me I'm losing my mind. I turn and like just face the open air next to me. Isn't that right, Jared? Yeah, that's what I thought. I just start walking away.
I cast Divine Sense. See, talking to an actual ghost.
Are you, Meryl?
In this case, no.
Okay.
No, that one was just me pretending to be crazy.
You do see the guard kind of like raises a bit of an eyebrow and like takes a step back from you, Meryl.
Oh, that bitch crazy. I can't be with that.
Yeah, just arch an eyebrow at Manor.
Right. Just be careful in the back alleys. Obviously, they're always unscrupulous types.
Well, no, thank you, sir.
He'll look to Adro and like, are you alright?
I am fine. I'll just walk past him out of the alley.
3 older men and a girl walk down the alley.
Yeah, that is true. This does look pretty bad for them.
Excuse me, sir. I need to talk to you in the local prison.
We have an FBI branch.
Well, and you'll see the City Watch will start heading back out of the alley, down a different direction. Obviously, continuing patrol, but occasionally seems to kind of look back at your group before disappearing back into the street.
Oh. That was unfortunate. How far down is the end of the alley that just kind of goes into nothing?
So from the position you're at, it would be about 30 feet. Like the full, yeah, like the full stretch of a house.
I think I'm gonna try. I think we'll just leave it as is, I guess.
Alright.
I might come back later.
Alrighty. So, where we head next? The casino, market, just kind of rumor milling.
Were we meeting the dude at the casino?
I believe that was the agreement because that's where he's holed up and he doesn't want to.
Yeah, he gave you a
Yeah.
signet ring basically to allow you to get in.
Yeah. Alright.
Is it his casino?
No, but it is obviously you can tell that Rava is obviously a person of note. If he, he may have been in the tavern looking for mercenaries, but is very clearly of higher standing in citizenship. heading back to the sections of town.
Yes, I've decided that I want to sit on the chair.
The singular park bench.
The bench.
Put him on the bench, boys.
The bench that is the size of a house.
So, as you approach the casino, one of Van Bergen's cornerstone landmarks. The Van Bergen Casino has a humbling gambling house takes the humbling gambling house to a whole new level of luxury. Safety and odds clearly from the expensive materials of the casino is constructed from those odd of favor houses. You can see at the large central building with a number of smaller buildings around the manicured grounds and gardens, a man-made lake that makes up the casino's precinct, as well as the guards that are clearly patrolling the area or stationed at key points and control access in and out of the casino itself. As you enter into the main foyer of this building, you can see that it is made of stone and marble. It is about 3 stories high, with a basement level, as well as you could tell from where people obviously are taking in various wine kegs and ale kegs as well for drinks. You can also see that there are obviously some things that are for more of the unruly gambling rooms, for those who like to have a little more pleasure while they are gambling, or to be a little more seedy, but with the privacy of a curtain. You can see that there are also sections where some servants, as they pass you by, clearly have lockboxes heading to what you assume to be maybe the casino's treasury that would be on the grounds here as they head down below. As you look around this larger area, you can see that the ground level of this casino also contains dining rooms, as far as well as more, sedated and gentle, as they would put it, gambling rooms comparative to the more adulterated sections. You can see that at the higher stories are mixed accommodations between dining, grand halls, as well as discreet chambers, as they are aforementioned and described. When you walk up to the front, you can see an extremely well-dressed maid who greets you very happily. Welcome to the Van Bergen Casino. Might I help you? You seem rather lost. And with that,
I'm looking for the Lord's lad.
What? I see. Do you have any proof of this?
Yes, we do. Here.
So you pass her the signet ring. You should obviously take that immediately into purview. And with that, we'll wave for one of the younger gentlemen to run up the stairs and to alert the gentleman that would be receiving company. Please follow me. With that,
Of course.
and almost a very lewd fashion, you could tell that the maid outfits, as she comes out from behind, are cut to equivalently thigh-high skirt. Obviously, appealing to the other denizens. Along with that, as she kind of carries herself in more of a prim and proper way, but still with a kind of a swanky sway to her hips, just kind of be appealing appropriately to company and gentlemen alike. As she heads up the stairs, it is, well, some would say a shameful display for the women here. Obviously, it is a shameless one, as obviously they are as skilled as those if you had spent the night before with Chad. Very lacy, interwoven clothing. Nothing left to the imagination. Yes?
While we were following, with the Adriel, with the 21 passive, would have seen Mara's gaze like slowly looking down, and then something invisible seems to just hit his head, and he immediately looks away.
Why was I gifted with sight?
You did this to yourself. Oh, I fucking laugh because this is part of the module. Oh, fucking...
Yeah, I didn't doubt it. You know.
Oh my god. So, as you arrive at the room, and upon entering in, you could see the smaller bellboy, who's obviously announced ahead of time so the lords can get ready. You could see Rava Blackwind is in this chamber, along with, as she announces, sirs and ladies, this is Lord Varus Bellstorm of the Silverlight family and Rava Blackwind. Now, with that, you can hear Lord Varus immediately, thank you. Enough formalities. Could you please bring some drinks for my friends? And with that, she'll immediately nod and go to how to head out of this main chamber here. As you take note of Lord Varus Bellstorm, you can see that he is very clearly a half-elf noble. He is obviously dressed in very nice finery, has a very healthy-looking peach-tone color compared to his unfortunate friend Rava. With that, as he kind of looks over the rest of you, kind of taking in your merit as best as he can. So, would you prefer straightforward business dealing, or to kind of hear the entirety, just in case you would question what kind of contract you'd be entering into?
I think the entirety, but before that, introductions.
Of course.
Representing the Brannigan line, I am Chad. Well met.
Pleasure. I am Lord Varus Bellstorm, as, well, Lord and Duke of Silverlight, the only heir to the Silverlight family, and as well as you've met my friend Rava Blackwind, one of the other nobles from here, Bernberg. I do apologize for the air of mystery and obviously the rumors that seem to be spreading, but I had figured it better not to make situations worse and make myself scarce around town and remain here in my room with, granted, some luxury that I can afford. I do seek to return home and reclaim my family estate from whatever bizarre creature or unfortunate curse that seems to have befallen it, or at least get information on what's going on there.
Do you have any details, specifics?
Copious. Obviously in my time I have not sat idle. I had my friend Rava here. You can see he just kind of nods, and at this point you can see the drink cart is also brought in. The scantily dressed maid is obviously serving up drinks and has everything, just about everything that you could want between ale, wine, and even kind of just like a small amount of desserts and biscuits and such. For the information that I can give you, I had returned home to Silverlight Manor only to unfortunately be assailed by some unseen force. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it was towards the end of my time when I had returned home for a visit with my father, though it's still a strange creature nonetheless. It had assailed me and thrown me across the main hall of my manor as I was leaving. I had unfortunately fallen unconscious at the time when it had thrown me, and I smashed my head against the wall. As he kind of points across his brow, and you could see a very clearly defined fresh pink scar that's recently healed over. By the time I had woken up, unfortunately it was to the sound of a scream and this rolling fog that seemed to overtake the manor. As I fled, it seemed to sweep down almost after me, trying to grab me practically to pull me back in as I got to the bottom of the hill, and it seemed to immediately end there and recede. For the other matters that I had pursued in information in town before fleeing further, as unfortunately Silverlight is a small port town, and rumours of a curse, especially with smog and smoke roiling in over the entire mansion and hill. There's quite a few that fled. Not many had been bold enough until you to even consider taking up the acquisition or job to hopefully procure the manor back for us, or at least get information on what was going on. My father seemed to have met with a young clerical woman who was passing through Silverlight. She seemed to from what the information I gathered from the other traders there, that she had spent many weeks in contemplation there with my father, and my father seemed to continue to dwell on it after, even when she had left and was long gone. After I had found out that one of the long-standing friends, my father instructed Glimmin to make some trade arrangements, and my friend Glimmin, he is obviously still within town if you wish to speak with him. He is one of our older friends. He's an elf here still in Brannigan. He would be towards one of the higher manor districts closer to the city watch. But Glimmin, even after I spoke with him, had mentioned that he was unsure why my father had requested such trades and even other cancellations in the arrangements. But we managed to reinstate some of them for Van Bergen and keep good tidings, as money is thankfully at least kept flowing in where I could keep this room for the time being. But as he returned to the Silverlight Manor, that was the time that Glimmin had seen the manor covered in mist, and that was the point where I had found him, and spoke with him on the situation, and he mentioned these strange tidings with this cleric woman, and my father seemed to be acting rather odd after that. I'm not sure who she had worshipped or what she had worshipped, but it seems to speak ill for my family, and I truly hope my father didn't do anything cursed in this situation. But I'm hoping to fix it. Obviously, I am quite wealthy, and being the inheritor and heir of Silverport and the Lord Duke of Silverlight Manor, I can definitely pay a very high price for your skills, no matter what they may be. And I was hoping that you could escort me back, and that I would be able to get some clemency on the situation at hand. Obviously, these matters are quite sensitive, and I don't want my family name to be dragged through the mud, and I want to make sure that everything that has gone wrong has been made right.
Yes, we are the skilled mercenaries who seek not before.
You are my only hope, Obi-Wan. So,
I do a little bit look like Obi-Wan.
Tis an understandable and noble venture indeed.
so
My family are more than happy to help.
As am I.
How do you give my assistance?
also, forgot to mention in a brief time that occasionally the maid that seems to be addressing the lordship before you seems to be on first name basis with him, and he knows her name personally as Jess, as you hear him kind of thank her for drinks and other things.
Nice.
If you have any other questions, I can get my friend Glimmin to arrive here. Obviously, he has been trying to keep people from visiting his personal estate here due to the situation, but I'm sure he would speak in private amongst ourselves if you'd be willing. I would imagine you have quite a few questions.
Do you really think that you are cursed?
I would like to think myself not, but due to the circumstance, I unfortunately feel that I may be. Whatever my father seems to have struck bargain-wise has already boded quite ill in this situation. And Chad Brannigan, with your senses, you see Rava, who is obviously trying to keep in good health. But you actually sense not himself, but an undead coming from his shadow.
What? Like, it's always been there, or is it just now?
Roll me... Well, actually, just now for this situation. Because this would be the first time you've divine sensed with him present. Go ahead and roll me a religion.
Divine Sense is not a passive thing. I have to activate that.
Yeah, I would imagine you activated it in the room.
I did it once when I was with Manor and spoke to his ghost.
You might as well do it now, because we know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'd do it now. Oh, look, a shadow.
You roll me a religion if you're curious in the situation.
I am not.
You're not entirely sure, but you think either Rava is being affected by this curse and is turned undead himself, or something undead is attached to his shadow.
I watch Rava for a moment, and everything seems fine.
Yeah, he doesn't even seem to notice. You can tell he's just kind of having drinks and kind of just kind of, be a little more jovial as he's amongst friends, per se.
Okay. And, is his shadow doing any spooky shit?
Let's see. I'll go ahead and roll me a perception if you like, or you can try and take your passive if you want.
I will roll.
Alright. You do see that occasionally there is a little bit of a flicker compared to when he is sitting still, like maybe a leg extends a little too far before it snaps back, or a hand, and it's not entirely obvious, especially with the lights in this room, as it is obviously kind of mood lighted, but you've managed to kind of take notice. Adro, you definitely take notice of this yourself. Well, actually, fuck it, even Sturman, because his passive as well, like, kind of draws your eye a little bit, as you guys kind of notice Chad is, like, eyeballing Rava's shadow and start taking note of this of yourself.
I'm gonna lean over, like, real close, like almost touching his ear to Various. Listen, Rava's shadow. It's behaving rather erratically, have you noticed?
I didn't see anything.
Kind of lean over.
What about you, Barry? No. Okay.
Okay, and now I say that to Rava. Not Rava. The
Sherman?
Duke.
Oh, Duke. Lord Veros.
Yeah, he's friend. Oh, Storm.
Alrighty. So you say this out loud.
No, I whispered to him.
You whisper.
Just in case the shadow itself will be like, oh shit, I've been had.
So you mentioned that, and Lord Veros, Baelstrom, immediately his eyes kind of like snap to his friend and then like down to his shadow. And he's just kind of like jaw dropped for a moment. And with that,
I think we're about to get fucking home.
I hope the shadow kills all of us.
I need everyone to roll me initiative as
Yeah,
it takes notice, and you see Rava Blackwind pass out. The maid is there, and the shadow is now rising up to attack you as his friend passes out in the room with you.
Adro is ready to kill.
Don't worry, the shadow is on the back foot.
10 minutes of both of you talking for one of you to fall unconscious.
Where's the shadow? You fucking asshole! Alright. Let's get some music going.
Yay.
Do you see the shadow?
Ah!
I currently see it.
Good job. Say shadow?
Why are you like this?
I'm Adro. Me llamo Adro.
Oh, I hate this.
This is very nice.
Honestly, I like the music. I
Uh,
hate how intense it is for what we're doing. I don't feel like this is the kind of music you want for a first encounter for a level 1 party.
sure you do. Sturman!
Sturman will do things. Do I even see this shadow?
Oh yeah, it's basically like Rava fell over, passed out, and the shadow literally manifested a physical body of its own standing up.
It is corporeal now.
You do see the shadow. Good.
Hit it or something.
I have never hit the field of blue things.
I have no heat.
I will poke it with my
Stab it. That's gonna miss.
It makes that one part of its body ethereal again. It's just.
Alright. Will you stay there, Sturman?
Am I able to move again?
You can if you want, but you will take an opportunity attack, so you could just stay there.
Nah, I'm just gonna stay here.
Alright. Adro.
Do you see a ghost that needs blasting? It's over there. Die.
You're gonna blast it. Oh, you're a warlock.
Definitely hits. She's got a friend in low places.
What the fuck? Boots wrath.
Oh, with that. So you see that just one very heavy as most of its form is just wiped from this shadow's body, and it tries to fully reform itself, but you can see pieces are definitely missing. That hurt it fucking significantly.
Yeah. I'm not moving. I'm fine.
Alright. And then the maid will scream and run to the back of the room. Save me!
Yeah.
Chad.
I would take a vodka, please.
Have at thee, with thine one-handed longsword.
That'll hit. Oh.
2 damage.
So you swipe your sword through this. The sword seems to just kind of glide through this creature. There's still a little hint of, like, the connectivity was there, but it just immediately turns to, like, reaching hands out towards you. Alright. Manor.
It's creatures like you that give me a bad name. I step up and shocking grasp. No, I'm
Oh,
not.
that's not in. Lord Veros, you can see currently doesn't have any weapons on him, so he will just immediately go over to be sure to body protect the maid. Yeah, he's just there. He's like calling out, like, Rama! Rama, wake up! Are you still there, friend? The shadow. Well, it's just not fucking happy with anyone here. For Zuck.
That's gonna suck us.
Let's see. I'll roll a d3 to see which one he slurps.
Love the one that actually hit it.
Well, that would be Adro. And Chad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Chad actually.
Yeah, but I did netting.
that's
Bruh,
true.
see?
Come over here and fight me.
Alright. So, especially with that, the shocking grass takes that moment to try and grab onto your own hand there, Marrow. Well, an 8 to hit you. I doubt that will.
No. I'm old. Leave me alone.
So, especially this quick exchange of swords flying, Eldritch Blast nailing it in the body, and your hand reaching out with sparks as it like weaves around you barely, but tries to like grab onto your wrist. You pull your hand away very quickly. Sterman.
Here down the hallway, you see raiders. You won't rape you then. I will not rape you then.
You have advantage.
You do. Roll one more time.
Power of
That
team.
definitely hits.
Oh, I get it for 7.
Alrighty. So, with that, you can see this thing is almost completely wiped from existence. It's flickering.
Aye.
It barely has any form. Aethra.
You see something that should be dead?
I do too.
Oof. Alright. So Adro launched this out, and finally with another heavy you see the shadow just echo out as a huge chunk of it splinters out as a piece by piece just starts to fade and vanish from sight. And that is combat.
I do not know how I feel about this.
I will give Rava 1 point of healing with lay on hands.
So with that, you see his eyes kind of flicker for a moment. What happened? Oh,
Are you alright?
We stabbed your shadow for you. No need to thank.
is that why I felt like death rolled over for the last few days? With that,
Yes, it seems death was literally tailing you.
with that, you can see Lord Venus immediately comes over. Rava, I'm sorry I've got you into this. I didn't mean to curse you as well. You can see he's just kind of like wiping his forehead and like just quickly takes off his own cloak and like tucks it underneath his friend's head. With that, he just kind of looks to the rest. I think you and please tell me that you're still at least considering this. You've obviously shown that you're still capable. I have plenty of money to give you funds to get better equipment before we head back to my town. But as you can see, whatever's ailing my family, whatever my father did, needs to be fixed. If it's affecting even the people in this town, just from me being here, If anything, at least get me back to the town.
Well, that one is pretty smooth. I see no harm. Let's see the rest.
I can give you 100 gold each now. Obviously, it's guaranteed. If you can help me figure out what's going on in my family's manor, even just access, I promise you, a duke's fortune, I can give you 1,000 gold each.
I will also consider if you give me that plus free drinks at any establishment.
You can hear even Rava just kind of chuckles at that. He's like, at least he knows what's important. I can guarantee you that.
Excellent.
Right.
As a practitioner of the arts, I feel it is my duty to help you to stop this.
I have no idea what even creature that was myself, but I feel familiar with these arts then. Obviously, some form of god or even whatever you believe in has drawn you here to help fix this besmirching of an art. Please. He will step away from Rava real quick to pass you, Idrum, to the locked cabinet here. And he will take out from one of the desk's side cabinets here a large chest, and he opens it up, and you can tell that this is probably one of the larger section of funds that obviously he has been keeping just in case. And he will take out a full roll of coins and put them into a bag each, and will hold them out to you, 100 gold each, obviously for supplies. Once you are ready, we will make way on the road towards Silverlight, if you agree. You've already proven to me that you can obviously handle whatever strange things might be happening there.
I'm not scared of your ghost shadows. Any dissenters?
Precisely.
I will be ready to go shortly.
Excellent. Obviously, you can. You're probably better off with Rava's last name for representation. A lot of the merchants are scared of him. Unfortunately, Belstrom is only good in the casino. I'm sure they had to at least do you a service or give you a brief discount.
How far is the journey?
It'd be only a few days. a week at most. I can procure, if there are any available still, horse if need be, but even on foot wouldn't be as bad.
Sweet.
Yes. So. Obviously, you do have the chance to go out and make some purchases, if you need be, if you are taking the contract.
I mean, I basically just have to do nobody else to something, so.
It's true. Chet Brannigan is probably still AFK.
Or chat. I was trying to think of what kind of ridiculous things I can carry around with me since I have a huge container. The only real ridiculous thing I can think of is is getting a battering ram, which I'm just like, nothing.
Alright. So.
Drive.
Hopefully. So, with that, obviously, the 100 gold. Lord Varus Bilstrom will help his friend Blackman to the bed in the chamber. You can see the maid looks a little rattled, but he will go over to Jess and comfort her. Kind of just tell her to be sure to get some water and a few other things, obviously, so his friend can rest. With that, you will have the chance to head back out and procure equipment, as you also get 150 experience for passing the shadow.
Oh, cool.
I'm very rich.
I suggest we get one of our weapons silvered.
It sounds appropriate.
I would, suggest maybe you, Sturman.
I will go do that. I will actually. Due to the nature of the town, I'll go see if there's anything made of silver here.
Does the blacksmith have silver?
They do, especially with a bustling town and trade economy like this. You can find some.
It is called Silver, whatever. This place.
Van Bergen, but Silverlight, yes, not far.
Yeah.
But you would definitely be able to find very easily upon the very curious section of stores, a place that seems to deal with quite a lot of silver. You can see they are, obviously, with the bustle and trade that seems to be going on, seems to have a rather large amount of silver, curiously enough, for a section of town. You would know, even just on a basis of silver is usually superstitiously good and helps against evil spirits and various creatures of basically deeper and meaner ilk. You also can see that there are quite a large selection of others, but nothing really pertaining to the equipment like that. There obviously is the base adventuring gear, but you can tell there's obviously large trade of fur, iron, tin, copper, brass, even cooking and candlesticks, pewterware and such. Obviously this is a growing metropolis in a way. So, as you approach this one person in the Van Bergen market district, it is the store is called the Thunder Break Steel Forge and Smith Works. With inside, you would see various dwarves along with a couple of half elves as well that seem to be just kind of pounding away through various ingots as well as pieces of equipment. You can see one that is obviously not too far from their smithy that seems to deal with various silvered reliquaries and religious symbols. And obviously getting a silvered weapon would be... yeah. With that, you're immediately greeted by one of the main storefront ones. You can see the other dwarves that are working in the back seem to be more of the grumpy lot. What can I do for you, my friend?
I am here to acquire a silver rapier and dagger.
For the dagger would be 50, and the rapier itself would be 100. Just on the stability of the silver alone.
Oh. You know what? Forget the dagger.
All right then. Just a strong silver rapier.
Yes, that'll be good.
Very well. With that, you can see he unlocks one of the displays, as obviously, from the looks of it, it kind of sheathed in where you could see the blade and the fine work, but the handle itself, where the hilt is, has been kind of like locked into one of the display handles where the hilt is kind of held in place by the wood. Pull it free. Set that down for you. That's the...
I pick it up and, well, I inspect it.
Alright. Roll me an investigation on it.
Okay. Quite back in the multiple year. Oh no, my investigation's garbage. Alright.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Okay.
This one you could tell is one of the more average condition ones. Especially with kind of like a keen eye. You take a look again at the rack, you can see that there obviously still are some, and you can tell this is probably maybe one of the amateur smiths who's trying to sell one of his own works. But you immediately take note of probably one of the master smith works there. Is of excellent condition, and obviously a much more prominent maker's mark.
Too many friend. Why this one instead of that one?
And with that, kind of like a deer in headlights, you kind of see him like, sorry, I assumed any silver rapier would do. Is there any preference to the condition?
I mean, I would like to be able to depend on it.
So with that, you can kind of see like him a little saddened by that.
Well,
Immediately from behind it, you just hear like one of the older dwarfs just And then, like, immediately walks away and, like, starts working an ingot again.
I just told this guy this shit's trash. Get it out of here. But did you make this one?
Yes. I do apologize if it is not up to the expectation. There was...
Well, I have made things myself. You know what? For you, I will take it.
If obviously,
It is okay.
but that
Are you proud of this weapon?
it's probably one of my finest works so far as an apprentice smith.
I will take it and hopefully put it to good use. I'm just trying to make this guy more confident in his work so he makes better shit later when I come back.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage.
Terrible.
This shit sucks.
But ooh. For you, Brad, he's gonna give it to you half price for your honesty and appreciation of a apprentice smith worker.
Okay.
Dang.
So only 50 gold.
Alright.
He kind of looks at you like a little coyly, like, "So would you like the dagger, sir?"
Absolutely. And walked out.
So you will definitely get both the silver rapier and dagger.
Excellent. Excellent.
Glad
I
that
hope
you
to
have
return.
a silver weapon now, and a backup silver weapon.
It's true.
I'll
I think I can wield both at the same time.
You can.
I'll just keep using my long sword.
Ooh, I kicked that door in accident. Fuck. But yes, I will. I hope to return to see your progress.
Be sure to do my damnedest and keep improving, sir. Thank you for your patronage.
All right. We move on. That's my new weapons. Anybody else have stuff to do?
I'm just going to stand in trash and negotiate on it. So
Alright. So,
you can skip over me now.
I have nothing to spend my money on.
alright.
Oh, was it each?
Yeah.
We all got 100.
Oh fuck, I better silver my weapon then. My bad.
Alright. Obviously, the...
If you have gold and want to silver, I can lend you some of my own money. I don't need it for anything.
It's fine. I'll just do my trusty longsword.
Alrighty.
I have enough for that. You needn't worry. So that's 100.
Yes, 100 gold for a silver longsword. Would you like to inspect your weapon?
Nah.
Alrighty.
Well, no one else is gonna need it. I'll have my dagger silver.
Alright. 50 gold for a silver dagger. And, oh yeah. The Thunder Break Steel Forge is making quite a copious coin today.
finest silver.
Can't handle my finest silver.
And of course, not far across the way, you see a pottery called Mrs. Raxon's Pottery. I do like the name of the stores here. The jeweler next to them is called Hanson's Jewelry. There's a tailor called Mr. G&H Clausen's Fine Tailor. The mason there is Henry Heavystone's Masonry and Masterwork. The scribe is Janilla's Quill and Parchment. Obviously the blacksmith, the Thunder Break Steel Forge and Smithworks. There's a actual money lender if you want to get some extra coin. Yeah.
No,
Called.
no, I have had my experience with Locksock. Well, thank you.
The Holton Georgian Ventrix Bank and Lenders. As well as the armorer called the Hornstrider Arms. A chandelier, Van Bergen chandelier. Books and scrolls called the Deeper Wood. A carpenter called the Leon Longsaw. And a map maker called Little World's Cartography.
Cannot fathom why we'd go into half of these places, but they sound really cool.
Because you can... Yeah. Because you can inject this also into any point in the story of a campaign.
Yes, I wish to purchase some cut stone and take it with me.
I'm building a house. I want a foundation brick. Oh, don't you want to...
I want a pet cube rock.
Pet rocks! Yes!
Aren't you never had a pet rock?
I've never had a finely cut one.
Alright. So.
No, what has a thought? While I'm here, can I buy a sword?
Yes, you can. Okay, obvious.
Can I get like a standard short sword?
Alright, that's easy enough. Obviously, they still have other weapons there. Spades.
I just have to go look up how much a short sword costs.
I went and bought healer's
10 gold.
silver opening potion.
Thank you.
Alright. Those are all obviously very readily available in the main market.
I highly suspect I'm going to be getting everybody up, and I have no healing spells, so felt I should prepare preemptively.
Alrighty. Obviously, with those preparations, you can tell that obviously Billstrom might will be preparing as best as he can, but obviously there will still be possibly some delay, as he's very likely tending to his friend Rava. So easy enough to assume that you could spend a night resting and regaining yourself after demonstrating your capabilities on the Shadow.
Yeah.
So, will you return to the Lake Tavern or going back to the casino?
For the night?
Yep.
Do they have rooms at the casino?
Yes, but just as a early forewarning, you did see that their prices are 15 gold a night.
Ah, but you see, I just got paid a lot.
It is true, and you've seen the scantily dressed women.
They have scantily dressed women, hell yeah. You know where I'm going.
They're the fancy ones. They got the lace underwear. Alright. So.
Alright, 15 gold for a room, but how much for a girl?
How much are you willing to spend?
Let's go 15.
15? You're going to have a very good time. You can get 2 if you want ones that are skilled, or if you want one that will blow your fucking mind, you can get one for 15.
Guess I'll go 1 for 15.
Alright. So as Chad has his night with effectively a porn star. Porn star supermodel equivalent. The rest of you, I imagine, return to the Lakes Tavern for a night's rest. And obviously, everyone's quite jovial. Everyone will be able to spend some time relaxing and not having to worry about much. Unless anyone would like to do anything at night as it approaches, as they...
Should have asked for Jess.
I mean, you can.
May I?
You may. She'll be your 15 gold star for the night.
Excellent.
And you can definitely see why Billstrom has been procuring her company.
I'll have to give him a good slap on the back later.
But, gentlemen, were you going to spend any time at night again?
No, seeing as I must leave in morning.
Huh? Anyone else wish to do anything for the night? Or we'll just bed down after a nice dinner and everything for the rest of the day?
I think we're well sorted.
Alright.
Also known as nah.
So, obviously, very pleasant night for some, mind-blowing night for others. Obviously, the curiosity of Rava leaves the mind of others as some take some time just to enjoy drinks and the company of the common folk all about who are doing various trade. Come probably later morning as everyone wakes to very pleasant feelings and others that are just comfort. You'd be able to return back to the casino and be able to meet back with Billstrom, as he obviously has been paying a clerk to kind of keep eyes on Rava, and you can see Rava is doing much better compared to the other day that you've seen him. You can see that his gaunt features and all that have returned back to that of a much nicer peach tone and relaxed. You could tell that the food that he's been eating is finally getting to his system. He looks 100 times better than he did before. As you are meeting up in this room, some didn't have to travel very far.
Oh, hey guys.
I asked myself this morning, where is the casino? But I found it myself.
Well done, Andrew. Rava, I'm glad that's not your natural look.
Much more glad that it's not a permanent look. I'm not still on the floor.
Yes, you seem much better. I'm glad.
I don't know whatever that creature was, but I thank you for freeing me from it, and obviously I spent some time with my friend Maelstrom before, but that's definitely more of a recent thing. I was wondering why. I thought it was just because I had spent too many nights at the local tavern, kind of trying to get mercenaries, and stress was getting me, but clearly other things are at play, so be mindful while you're on the road.
I fear there will be much more of that madness at the Manor.
Unfortunately. You can tell he kind of looks to Billstrom as just kind of a little sad, but he's like, I'm sorry to say, my friend, but I am far from well enough traveling with you just yet. But if I can, I will be sure to make headway after you the moment I feel it's my best again. That you can see Billstrom's immediately just kind of like one hand out, like, that's nonsense. You've already done so much, and you even brought these fine mercenaries to my attention, and well, they've already proven themselves enough already with saving your life from whatever that was, but I don't want to risk friends or family again with whatever my father did. I'll send word as fast as I can, and if you don't hear anything, just assume the worst, unfortunately. He kind of looks to the rest of you, and it's just like, the same goes for the rest of you. If something happens to me, don't even worry about it. Just take what money you can, and I'll give word to my friend Rava. Obviously, seems dismal to look on the prospect of that, but I'd rather have confirmation from my friends as to what happened to me than them worry about me and sit up weeks at end wondering whether or not I still breathe. With that on the better note, I did manage to procure one of horses for us. Be about 3 days' ride, especially with the horses. Obviously, I've managed to get some satchels with a few bits of extra food and, well, a little bit of finery with some of the money we have. Make the trip as jubilant as possible. I'd imagine, since you've all arrived here, that you are all quite well and ready, so let's make our way down to the stables.
Let's fucking go.
So, heading down to the stables, you will find your horses prospectively readied. And with that, you'll be able to leave Brannigan behind you. As you and Lord Varus Belstrom will take to the road. Obviously, as the travels continue on, further and further away from Brannigan towards Silverlight, you will see that that wonderful exhaustion. As crude as it is to say, Chad, you nuts have never been more drained skillfully by a woman ever in your life.
I'll need some time to recharge.
dodgeball so well.
So, whilst on the road, obviously the first 2 days go with relative ease. You can see the beautiful rolling hills and obviously the open sea tradeways that various ships are traveling and passing by on. As you eventually just getting to the main dirt paths, you take note that there is something rather off as you're kind of just meandering down the road on the horses and just kind of keeping pace. You can tell that the birds suddenly stop chirping. All their calls are just cut short. Feels as if the forest has eyes and they're all upon you. With that, you can see that it isn't just some uneasy feeling, as before you really have a chance to fully react, as they are quick to act. Bandits will descend upon you and try to get you off your horses and assail you, and Lord best.
We're getting darkest dungeons in the Weald.
Bandits.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. Wait, that's the wrong thing.
Why are the bandits breeding?
I don't like thinking about that.
The lighting's fucked on this one, eh?
Probably.
Yeah.
No, this is just the natural human eyesight in D&D.
Oh yeah, none of us have dark vision, so we just lose.
Oh god, yeah, none of us have that.
I feel like if it was dark out, we'd all
Man.
turn the door.
That is fucking wild to think about, due to the fact that usually someone has dark vision or something.
There's always somebody.
How
with
did
some
we
dark-
all randomly pick human?
There's always somebody screaming from the sidelines. I have 60 feet of dark vision.
Yeah. Or 300 recently.
And the other
Well.
person's like, I have 700 feet of dark. And the other person's like, I literally can see through the dark as if it was color.
I can see the color red at night.
I am blind, and I assume we're going to die.
Should we have purchased some lanterns before we went?
I think we would have lanterns.
I have a lantern and it would have been on, so
Alright.
at least somebody should be able to see around me.
Is it still
Oh,
pitch
let me
black here?
It
Yeah,
is.
I can't see shit. I have a torch.
Okay, you
I
fixed
saw
me.
the map for half a second.
I can see.
Alright.
Nope.
Hold on.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Hold on. There's some cursed shit going on with these pages.
Oh no, it's Bandit Captain.
I hate bandit
Those
cats.
guys are OP.
Hopefully they end my suffering. That's what they're here for, right? They're here to give me
Yeah.
the lift.
Alright, so, can everyone see?
Yes.
Yes.
Sight has been bestowed upon me. Oh my god.
Sorry about that. I
Why?
clicked the wrong button.
You are a handsome man.
Damn right I am.
Alrighty.
I wasn't ready.
Ready!
I'm ready.
Reminds me. should be one more guy here.
Oh no, there's another.
He just suddenly materialized out of the Ethereum.
I love the top.
Second.
Day I used to be a cow.
I love how, even though I set these to GM layer, they still show up, so fuck it. Obviously, these sheets don't listen to the normal commands of Roll20.
They are cursed, just like these lands.
They're bandits. They do what they want.
They're breeding rapidly in these hills.
Ah! Wait, why do they have no decks? Is that just how bandits are?
It's something with a deck save.
I don't have anything like that.
Then just hit them. Those are
Just
the ones that
Meryl.
have the crappiest armor. They'll have no dex bonuses.
Oh wait, Sturman, were you not on there? You were not.
Yeah, I just rolled now.
Alright. Meryl.
Well, looky here. Mary, I believe this is your field of expertise.
This one is getting chill touched.
Oh!
Touch him.
That's definitely hitting.
It's just this ghostly handprint just appears on his chest and starts to drain him.
Ah! They've got magic!
Yes.
Oh, this map is very fucked.
Yeah.
My wife is quite magical, isn't she?
Oh my god, wait, what? 10.
Nani?
Why?
Don't worry about it. This map is cursed as shit.
So we're just gonna translate the squares into the feet instead of bang into there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's all difficult terrain, that's why everything's done.
It's all terrain.
It's actually like on top of a landfill. There's just like uneven trash everywhere.
My wife is an all-terrain vehicle.
That's right.
Rider.
That's why I'm always driving my nuts all over.
That's why I'm always in her passenger seat, you know?
The caboose.
Or isn't your wife just a ghostly hand? Yeah, good enough.
The mystical stranger.
Really cold dick.
The arcane stranger.
Alright, this guy. He's gonna come jumping forward and he's gonna try and stab the nobleman. Oh no.
Can you don't?
Don't kill him already.
I'm telling you, Lord Darius.
It looks like our job is done.
Now we take his money and leave and tell his family he did not even make it to the manor.
One day out of town, one day away from home. Shank. So with that, you see Pharaoh Spillstrom, all the fucking color fades from his face as he falls from the horse and hits the ground.
Did he just die, or is he healable?
I mean, you can find out. At this point, you can see the bandits now trying to pull the gold ring off of his hand.
God damn it. Damn it.
Walk on over. 5. Well, okay. I need to stay. Can I like stand in his square? Is he like still on his horse? Is he on the ground? What's going on?
He's on the ground and the bandits basically just trying to pull the ring off his hand.
I would like to step over him so that he is not being robbed. And I would like to introduce them to my new friend called Brannigan.
Oh no.
Delicious.
I guess we'll just. Yeah, it can hit these two bandits. So we'll just say that's what happens. Because trying to measure what's going on.
All right. You just briefly hear the bandit like, "Get the fuck out of here, kid!" And before. So, he barely ducked on. Alright.
The fire damage only once.
The guy in front gets roasted a good amount. The other guy behind him eats the full amount and drops dead on the spot. As he just screams for a brief moment, but like as he inhales, he like sucks in part of the flame and just is gurgling on the floor. As they're all just kind of sitting there. Oh god. It's totally applicable to this situation.
I've been waiting for this setup for a long time.
Alright. Olveros, and then Bandito. He's coming in hot, ready to trot.
I understand if he wants to shank me. It's perfectly acceptable.
Oh, he's going for Marrow. Because he's the one who chill touched his friend. I'll fucking get you for that! And 17 to hit you, Marrow.
17 more.
For 5 slashing.
5 slashing.
Sturman.
Level 1 is so rough.
Yeah, level 1 is rough.
Oh.
Hello. You will now be hopefully taking my dagger into your skull.
Move for advantage.
Okay.
Move for advantage.
That'll definitely hit either way.
Yeah, you did it. Regardless, I'm sorry.
Take the 5.
Don't you have sneak attack? Oh no, it's level 1.
You
Yeah.
Have a D6 of sneak attack, yeah.
put that bitch in there. Hold on.
Stick that on there, Bran. Come on.
Yes. Yes. Please hit.
Oof. So he comes up, he like fucking quickly slashes across Marrow, and then you just fucking and slam the rapier through his eye socket, lobotomizing this man. Just
Fuck.
I have taken revenge for the pain he has given.
Alrighty.
Man. Can I move still? I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
You can move before and after your action.
Okay, I'm going to come over to the explorer. Hello. I too have once fancied me some common thievery.
Alright. Chad Brannigan.
Protect the Lord! I dismount from my horse. And I will run 50 feet. Haha. Over here and take the dodge action.
Alrighty. These guys. Well, he's going to move into position.
We assume the position.
So, disadvantage. Oh, that's not the right button. Okay.
Can you don't?
Okay.
Bruh.
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 Oh, it's fine.
Oh.
It's
Lucky.
4 damage.
No, it is 1.
Oh.
Heavy armor.
Oh.
What a Chad.
I am a Chad.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. So he goes to shivvy the heavy armor, just as he would have sank it deeper, but especially with the fact you know how to position yourself, managed to make it a glancing blow. And then the other boy.
17 is a miss.
Ooh, beefy. Bandit captain. He's gonna look at you. I'll show you how you fucking do it, you idiots!
Ready.
It's always the most painful when bandit captains roll up.
He doesn't get advantage though, so he's got disadvantage.
It's true. Thank fuck. So 1, 2, and then 3.
Oh, the 18 AC.
Coming in clutch here. The bandit captain, you could tell very closely, just aiming for open spots on your armor, and you manage to just fucking barely block it with one of the heavier plates as he swipes at you with the dagger and fucking just manage to just pass his arm and smack it away with your blade.
You're like bully style, kicking the shit out of me.
Marrow.
I will point towards the bandit captain and say, show him the other side. And I cast Cause Fear.
Ooh.
So he has to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom boy.
Fuck. These motherfuckers are rolling so well.
The curse of Josh appears again.
Yeah, 3 crits on their first attacks.
The curse of Josh's GM once again.
Please, for level 1, have mercy.
No. Alrighty. This bandit. Looking at Idro. Because he would be
Understandable.
standing over and you fucking crispified his friend and he's pretty crispy himself. Gonna stab a child.
I did saute him.
Oh no.
Mess.
Goes to swing and just flinches for a moment just from the fucking 3rd degree burns on his body. And looks at you in absolute fear.
Nobody's tried to stabilize him, right?
Not yet.
No, I just got over here.
Okay. I will take out my healer's kit and I will attempt to stabilize him.
Alrighty.
As in,
Roll away that medicine.
isn't he Steelers? I thought he was
It just does it.
Oh yeah.
If he's alive. Is he alive?
He's alive.
Oh, thank God.
Main characters, they do have death rolls. But he does have 8 HP.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Alright, he is now stable. I am happy.
Alright. Your boy's safe. Sturman.
I proceed to put Rapier into man's skull.
Fuck.
It was just opening the right fucking one. There it is. There it isn't.
Definitely hits.
Is this still advantage?
No, because you're not
Could
behind
move
him.
for advantage.
It's true. You could move. Debate across.
No, it's too late. I'm already shanking him.
Alright.
You still get sneak attack though.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Because
I
you're
feel like you don't need it.
accompanied by...
He's going to be shanked into skull for 10 damage.
Alright, with that, another straight to the neck. Very precise for the joker.
I send you to your friend.
He drops to the ground, blood just spurting everywhere.
And I flick my rapier to get rain off it.
Alright.
And I'm going to move here.
Nice. Chadigan. Oh.
I will roleplay darkness and prepare for my second round of beatings.
Well,
Dodge action.
Were you gonna go for a bonus action stab there, Brad?
Can I?
Mr. Rapier.
No, I was like,
He used a rapier, but he has a silver dagger offhand.
Yeah, offend attack.
ooh.
You just do a D4.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna click this. Work for me.
Yeah,
You have advantage, of course.
but it will hit. Roll damage. And with that, you will drop him.
Say hello to your comrades in the next life. I'm killing a lot of people right now.
There's a lot of damage flying around, a lot of AoEs, and then you're coming in with the final kicker.
I am kill stealing quite well.
Except for the one that originally ran up to Marrow. That one, that's all you.
Alright.
Um,
Oh, that guy's dead. I'm still gonna take the dodge action, but I'm gonna move around to here.
Alright, so, well, since you moved around there, the bandit will take one attack on you.
Of course.
At disadvantage.
it's gonna crit.
You fuck.
Because you don't know the power of Josh magic.
What the fuck?
Josh dice.
I'm the opposite of Jester. I have all the power here, boy. All power.
Oh.
Yeah, Josh dice are very
Ow.
aren't the same. It's
Alright,
hard.
continue.
Alright. So, with that, bandit back again. Ass clap again. Poppin', stoppin'. As he's coming around for Chad. You could hear the bandit captain like, get rid of this fuck and rob his purse!
My purse is empty, I spent it on whores.
Josh, what is happening here? Yeah.
Well, no damage, thankfully.
No damage.
I am showing you what for and mean to be DM.
Stop rolling 19s consecutively.
No. No! No!
Bandit Captain can't hit me.
He's the worst. Marrow. Beating on the poor paladin.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
We trial Agnes. I would fire a ray of sickness at the captain.
Ooh. Definitely hits.
He takes 6 poison damage and has to make a con save.
Definitely not.
What's the con save? He's now poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Excellent. And then Aethro. Your employer breathes.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm
Yes.
gonna shoot the bandit captain.
Ah!
That was fucking weird. The
Oh, no.
second you did that, second it happened in game for me.
Unfortunately, that will miss. Glances off the heavier studded leather.
I will continue to stand here.
Menacingly.
Menacingly.
The child of fire. Sturman!
Oh god. Hold on. Okay, I'm safe. I will walk up. Is this an actual, like, going fire? Or
Yes.
can I stand here?
You can stand there. It's not enough
Will I
to
take-
burn you.
Okay, cool. My friend, this is your last chance to give up before I stab you in your eye.
I'm getting one of your damn purses, you fucking lily-livered nobles. Oh, as you hear this screaming, you just stab him in the gut. Solid 8. He's still standing.
Is he dead? Is he? I'm gonna offhand dagger him. Ah!
Oh! Definitely. Oh!
Actually, an advantage. Josh, let me. Am I able to
Roll again.
Second roll the first one. Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll just click both of them. Okay. All right, that's it for me.
Excellent work.
Thank you. You're kind.
Chad Brannigan.
Does he still stand?
He's still standing. This motherfucker. He's trying to take someone with him.
Seeing as they go immediately after me, I will continue taking the dodge action.
Okay. It's been very much needed.
Yeah.
Free bandit captain attacks.
I mean, you'll hit me anyway.
It's true.
Just makes me feel
It's true. As he slowly slides the
And this
scimitar.
guy hits me all the time. Go on, hit.
Alright, captain. Now gonna swing once at Brannigan. And slide it into his back.
Oh, that'll do it.
And then
Oh.
quickly turn his attention as you could hear him say, like, quick, grab his money and run. And he turns to take on you, Sturman, with his last 2 attacks.
Hey, money.
Should have just attacked him.
Does 15 hit you, Sturman?
It does.
For 7 slashing, and the dagger, an 8 will miss you. The poisoning has actually saved Sturman's life today. Manor.
Excellent. Excellent. I will minus that HP in 1 second.
Steal his shirt.
Let's finish him. I will shield touch the bandit captain.
That will miss.
And I will not shield touch the bandit captain.
Alright. Edro.
I guess I'm gonna attack the bandit captain. This is going swimmingly. Chunk.
Everything was going so well. I'll definitely hit. Alrighty. And that 2 is on there currently, right?
Yeah, but it's one attack per turn gets the 2.
Gotcha.
Like 1 damage.
Alright, bandit captain's not looking good after that. The peep frogs are cheering you on. Sturman! This man has cut you clean across the chest.
Die!
Oh!
You don't get the sneak attack anymore.
Okay, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Chad is down.
I'm not helping anymore.
Giddy!
But that will drop him in the first
Still hit him
strike.
either way.
Hooray!
The bandit captain is down. The other bandit looks at you as he's holding on to Chad's belt? Question mark? Whatever he's keeping what's left of his money.
Yeah, just a pouch.
Yeah.
Fuck you, it's all full of electrum.
Joke's on you, I'm that sick motherfucker who loves it. I rub it all over my body. Well, Sturman, stay there.
Well, I'm going to move. I'm getting shot at.
Shot at.
Yes.
He's multitasking.
Okay. I multitask whenever I play Josh's stuff. As long as I can pay attention enough to where I'm not going ha every 5 seconds, I'm good.
And this is why I slowly drive the knife into Brad's stomach.
Yeah,
Understandable.
that's it for me.
Completely valid.
No way, I can shank him with my knife.
You got an F, bro? Shankity-dink.
Knife him!
Ooh! Very nice.
2 1s.
His offhand dagger attacks have consistently rolled a 1 on the damage die.
Alrighty. Chad! Death saving throw.
Yep.
Alright. Bandit. Well, he's gonna quickly fucking swing at Sturman.
Don't you swing at me, sir.
He'll swing a ring-a-ding at you, motherfucker.
You
There.
have made a grave mistake.
That,
Oh no, it's a
Josh,
mistake.
that's
is
Bandit
back on me.
Captain.
That is true. Hold on. Let me roll the correct one and get a 24 on that one anyway.
And I
Okay.
Get a crit.
Alright, the
Crit.
15 will still hit you.
Still hits me.
2 slash.
I'm still alive!
Yes!
Ah!
My friend, if you are still alive by the time I swing at you again.
Come on now, Barry.
Oof, that is not hitting anything. Chill touch is betraying you.
That I find on Ani Agnes.
One entered the Explorer. Delete him.
Explore.
I will walk on up to here and I'm gonna move him to the recycling bin. Fuck.
I will miss.
I'll finish my move to give the Sturman advantage. Finish the mission.
German the German.
Finish the job.
Oh no.
Bruh.
Oh no. Is this how the fucking glorious applause happens?
You can't swing with your offhand if you don't hit, right? Yeah.
No, you can. As long as
Please
you
hit
make.
him.
Damn it, dude! Damn it, dude! Chad, roll me another. Oh. It's Chad's time to roll. Alright.
Okay.
He's dying here.
I've made 2 death saves. Continue.
The bandit will pursue Sturman
Don't stab me! Fuck!
We rolled a 19. What a surprise.
to the ground with you. The bandit turns to Aethro. It's all going wrong.
TPK by 1 minute.
This man will evolve into the bandit captain if he wins.
This is why you can't trust Goblin Vet, because this shit happens.
This Chad of a man.
Alright, fine, Mary. I'll do it myself.
Oh.
Step down here, just step over Sturman.
Oh no.
I mean,
He's either gonna, if he's gonna kill us all, I'm gonna deliver myself right to him. Lightning goes through my hand and I shocking grasp.
That's gonna hit.
Yes!
Finally.
Yeah, I was looking for the 1. I was ready to be sad.
Oh.
Hey, we won!
Alrighty.
did we?
Then
Yes?
Aethro.
I stabilize Chad.
Thank you.
Sturman. Roll me a death save.
Okay, hold on. Let me hide in this grate. I'm on interchange and get all that stuff. Death save! Ah! Nope.
Yeah. With that, easy enough, unless Mero wishes to try. Before, obviously, the auto-stable.
Do you wish to intervene in stabilizing?
I am not very good with the living.
Alright. Edro the Explorer stabilizes 3 people today.
God damn.
That is
Level. Level.
You all get 250 experience points.
Level 2.
Lau can sleep at the bandit camp that you'll probably be able to explore. As obviously you all need to take time to fucking live.
Yeah, we're gonna stop progressing towards the manor, and I think sleep at this camp.
Alright. Balestorm is going to take 3 hours before he awakens anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put everybody into a sitting position and then like place the numbered body and they're gonna put weapons in their hands
Oh.
to make them feel like they contributed.
Sleep buddies.
Hey Brad, you can roll a d4 if you like to see how many hours you fucking sleep.
I will.
3.
I mean, that's understandable. He was pirouetting and fucking flourishing.
I was stabbing many people.
Fucking hell.
What?
So you are all now going to get to level 2.
Excellent.
Do you mind if I burn their bodies?
I guess since I'm the only person awake, I do not care.
Okay. I put their bodies in the fire to burn away all of the...
I hope you don't mean the living people.
Yeah, Chad and Sterben and Lord various old
No,
but
the bandits.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Do we?
You can fully heal. You can roll for or hit dice if you like.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Maximum!
Yeah!
Yeah, Chads!
Hold on, I got this.
I cry.
Chad, re-roll if you want and take the highest.
The pity roll.
You have high.
Oh.
Slightly better.
Oh.
Classic. It's fine.
Alrighty. You guys survived the bandits.
Well, I just got a big damage boost. I get to get agonizing blast right now.
Oof.
I don't think I get anything at 2. I think it's just skill modifier.
No, you get one of the best rogue features at level 2. You can
What's that?
get
Cunning
bonus
action.
dash, disengage, and hide.
Oh, cunning action. Yeah.
Yeah, things great.
It's basically the defining feature of rogue. It's extremely good.
Alrighty. So, with the various things that you find at the roadside here, you can see that the bandits have been very busy setting up here on this side of the road, trying to take full advantage of Silverlight's plight, as they have clearly robbed quite a few carts and wagons. You would find those in the various boxes and the tent nearby. "19 gallons of ale."
Damn.
Fucking shit, dude.
Oof.
Okay. Once the bodies are all burnt, I want to take a whole bunch of the bones.
Alrighty. Bone collection time.
As many as I can stuff into a bag.
We're rich.
That's easy enough considering that I'm assuming, collecting skeletons and not meat.
Yeah, that's why I burnt away all of the flesh.
Yeah. You can easily fit 3 per, like, a big burlap bag.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I have dark vision.
Oh
I
my God.
can see! I can fight!
Dora the Explorer
I'm gonna
evolves.
make one skeleton with 4 arms, and then one skeleton with 4 legs.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my God. Why?
I can't do that until we're like 5. I can't. But, you know.
And is it 60 feet of dark vision or 120?
120 is the 120 feet of dark vision through magical darkness as well. It's the good dark vision.
Nice.
Those are 2 spell slots. That's oh. Well, look at this Eldritch Blast damage now. It's just 4-3.
Oh,
Add charisma to it and I get the flat damage.
Oh yeah. Dang.
Adro be strapping.
Stabs. More spell. What other spell do I want? Did I give us those 2 spells? No, I didn't. Wait. Oh no, one of them was a bonus spell from me. Okay.
I just appreciate that these guys stole 19 gallons of ale.
I mean, they're probably quite close. Think they could win against us.
Fucking wild. 5 pounds of spices, like... Jesus Christ.
Oh, I can't believe 9 out of the 11 spells I can take a concentration.
Man.
Wow, paladins. Why you like this?
It's why people don't always go for paladins.
But they're so cool.
They are. It's just that unfortunately concentration is such a bitch to maintain for any spellcaster. Alright.
Especially a frontliner. God damn.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, with how bad your spell slots are, I don't know why any spells in concentration. Half spellcasters should be exempt from concentration.
If only. Alright. Well. With all these... Obviously the horse is tied off in your freshly raided bandit camp on the east side of the road. You can see occasionally a few people going by from Silverlight. They wave to you unknowingly and just kind of marvel at the destruction and bloodshed that's all over the place.
Oh, they just pass by us, burning pot.
Just like, hey.
Hey, you're welcome.
Hails. By the 9 divines, stay off the roads. It's the danger you see.
But in the morning, Baelstrom will open his eyes warily, kind of looking around. Oh, I'm glad that it's you who are the victor in this matter. Oh. Just not expecting bandits on the side of the road. Obviously, my absence has left some rather undesirable situations just outside of town.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a doctor, so you might want to see a real one when you get to town.
Hopefully they're still there. these will hold me over till then. I'm starving. Chad, you'll wake up around the same time. Well, Chad will wake up early. Sherman, you'll wake up an hour later, but obviously the smell of burning flesh is the first thing that hits your nostrils.
Well, that's a bad omen. Not even at the manor yet.
While they're out, I'll also just like ritually cast Unseen Servant and just have it help me out with clearing out the area.
All right. So, clear out, do a little bit of bushwhacking, and kind of mat down some of the area, make it more of a proper campsite, and so it's not so hidden and more open. That's true. You found a map. Oh my god, it's so frighteningly true. Where's the map? There it is. God damn.
Choke him out.
Where did we find this kid?
Turns around, the eyes just bleed black to see.
I was strangling a fox in the middle of the woods, screaming at it.
No swiping!
Man's hands with a single apple.
That's terrifying, dude. Jesus. Bless you.
Swap with me. Just hope I don't get you.
Obviously, aside from the unpleasant smell of burning flesh to some, there's plenty of food here and other things to, well, whet your appetite. So, you can see that, obviously, Bilstrom is in no rush to jump up on a horse just after being stabbed between the ribs, probably through a lung.
Yeah, he wants a break just as much as we do.
Yeah. So you can easily spend the rest of the day getting a full rest and just kind of sitting back and being sure to watch the forest in case anything else comes up. But you could tell that the bandit camp has been set up here for obviously quite some time for what they have, and you are well in set yourself for the fact of all the various foods and other items, and even the spices, the beer, the wine, the fucking other fineries that are there, and even the wood cutting axe, which I would imagine Marrow was using chopping up bodies when initially putting them on there, and then also clearing parts of the way. You have extra firewood for burning those bodies the rest of the way, or the bone collection. 'Tis a curious sight, to say the least.
Good work as always, Johannes.
So, needless to say, everyone can obviously bed down and rest for the entirety of the rest of the day. Before, come late morning, obviously just to give a little more time for healing and laying down, you move finally to Silverlight Port.
What a lovely place.
So,
See, it was barely cursed at all.
hell yeah. And especially that. I think that's a good spot to leave off on as we enter in, as you do see, obviously, immediately to your front, the port district the Silverlight Manor in the distance, up on the mountain with the curious fog rolling over. Harkin's trading post, the hall of the Sea Tavern, and home of Maid Jess.
Very cool. Why does Maid Jess live here, I wonder?
It's like he brought her or something.
Ah,
And then she got a job over there.
that I fucked her.
Boy. Good surviving, and holy shit, that was a close fight.
Yeah, you really beat the shit out of me up.
Not just you.
Yeah.
I shanked the shit out of your employer. And then held out long enough for Sturman. I gave Meryl a little bit of the treatment. But not anywhere near as bad as yourself. Fucking Bill Sturman. I've got a high AC. DM. I don't fucking care.
Well, 19 and an 18. It's fine.